Where's our mark?
we got to go through all of that all over again.
Technical difficulties.
All that all over again.
Guys, I was trying and I thought I did so well, and clearly I still forgot something.
Thank you,
Thanks.
loyal listeners and
guys.
viewers for speaking up, because yeah, we would have done this whole episode with no mic.
That'd have been very interesting.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi, welcome back.
They're just watching us, just like.
They missed all of the bickering.
I know, that was
They
great.
missed all of
And we don't
the
have to
bickering.
redo it, so yeah.
To sum up quickly, there was a little bit of an argument over whether Jericho is still a good character, but apparently his sheet says neutral anyway, so we're going to leave it at that. And if it's called into question later, we might make him change the alignment, but we'll see about it. He literally just sent somebody to their death with their child.
Hey, I tried to save the kid.
That
was her choice.
Loving her and not killing her.
I mean, she's pretty great. She's funny after my own heart. So, what we did talk about is that our faithful bard here is still a frog. Which is fantastic. But we haven't moved because we were still by the kettle. By the pot, he had, gone ahead and used that. Both Jericho and Sage had taken the leftover potions and capped them off. Jericho had done the mist thing to help out our friend up there in a cage. Yes, whose name is now escaping me because I need it. But, of course, yeah. Huh? Yeah. Anyway, so y'all hadn't moved, though. So, at this point, do you want to move forward, or was there any interest in, what I was trying to double check, is there any interest in inspecting, because the kettle, it let y'all move the stuff, and then even though it hadn't been moving, it moved away, and you saw some movement down in the ashes. Is there any interest in looking at that further, or are we moving forward? I'm just asking a question because we're still standing there.
Well, naturally, we're curious, and we like to stick our nose where it doesn't belong.
This fairy is very curious.
If I belong there, you don't know yet.
If I see movement around
This doesn't belong in coals.
Well, then that's what it is.
No, if this fairy saw any movement around that very awesome cauldron,
Around that cauldron?
yes, she would definitely.
We need to check that out, right? Because what's there?
Yep.
Alright, so I do need to know what languages everyone speaks besides Common real quick.
That's a very good question.
Minotaur and Sylvan, and I guess
Sylvan.
Frog now.
Yeah, you just speak Toady Frog right now.
Maybe you speak frog. I don't know, you might be yelling stuff and you have no idea what you're saying. You're just yelling at people.
Let's go.
I think we determined he could at least talk normally.
We did.
Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Druidic.
Okay.
Common and Sylvan. That's all I got.
Common, Minotaur, and Sylvan. Wow, we all
Okay.
took Sylvan.
No problem, guys.
That was an auto with fairy.
Yeah.
What? The Sylvan?
Sylvan.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I can speak with animals as a spell if necessary.
The problem is gonna be it's not really like an animal per se. That's okay. So if you stand there a little bit longer or poke at the coals, you'll see something actually peeking back at you from the coals. And there's a little creature sitting down there.
Little bark with a stick.
What is wrong
Fire.
with you? So there's a little creature down there, and it kind of pokes its head out, and
With a stick.
he actually just basically tells you that he all he does is he kind of looks at you and goes, "Do you have any wood? I need to restart the fire here. It looks like the fire's mostly gone out. That's it."
No, not recently.
Is there any wood around?
No, not really. That's not soggy with marsh water. If you don't, that's fine. You can say I don't. We don't, and make a note. And if you think that you need something from him later, we can always come back. It's not the end of the world. That is just kind of one of the.
Well, I mean, I can dry it out if we need to.
Okay.
If you got some wood, I can dry it out.
Okay. Well, I don't have any.
Well, I mean, you said there was some like soggy swamp water wood lying around.
There is some soggy swamp water wood lying around.
So there's some soggy swamp water wood lying around. We can pick that up and I can dry it right on out.
Okay.
Is soggy swamp water wood okay with you?
If it's all dried out.
Okay. I'll dry out some soggy swamp water wood and make it into dry swamp
So
water
roll me a
wood.
nature check.
Okay. I was just gonna use a spell, but alright.
I mean, what spell do you want? No, I mean, just to find the right, like, make sure you actually find wood and not just a bunch of rushes that look like wood. You're in the swamp. There's a bunch of stuff that looks just like wood. It is not at all. It burns real fast. It's not very helpful.
Oh, I see.
Just good for kindling.
Okay. Well, let's get this thing going.
Okay.
All right, who's not gonna fail me tonight?
You're just gonna get thrown across the
Yeah,
room.
you may disappear if you don't.
You may
So,
disappear.
Here we
He's gonna
go.
almost hit me in the face.
I mean, that's just how
And
it
he calls you
happens.
his best friend.
It's true. All right, so with 13 on the die, that's gonna bring us up to, this is nature. All right, so that's 16.
Okay. So you're good. You'll be able to find that easily. So while Jericho is looking for wood to dry out for this man, for this little creature, what is everyone else doing?
I'm a frog.
You're
doing
doing
frog
frog
things.
things.
Yeah.
I
Can
get it.
Can I take Torn and wear him like a hat?
I mean, he's kind of a big frog. I think he'd squeeze you.
Are you a real big frog?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a real big frog.
I'm
I
like
ride
same size.
Torn
No,
around?
I'm giant.
No, I have already said
That's a Torn
what I
question.
was riding Torn around.
That's
Yeah.
a Torn
The
question.
fairy is riding
Torn,
the
can I
frog.
ride you like a giant hopping frog?
No, I called dibs. I called dibs.
You were too slow. Look at me hop along.
No, last
Hey,
time I
y'all
said I was
both could
taking
probably
reins
fit
and I was putting them on him.
along.
Like,
Hippity hop,
that was happening
hippity hop.
before you even realized he
It's
was a
already,
frog.
no, it's already going on. See,
No, you're drying wood.
Part
I,
of
he's
this-
going with me.
I feel like you're the only one not involved in this.
Would you like
Whatever's
to ride on
happening
Torn
here.
as well? We'll all take turns, but you know.
I'm just gonna tug on his ears until he hops off the dang frog.
So
Might be a little heavy.
Just
for
above you,
while they're
tug it
doing
on
all
your
of
ears,
this,
ears,
can you
can't
roll me
reach
a
me.
perception check,
Fuck
please?
off. My frog.
It really doesn't have to be that high. Just enough to kind of.
Just not a
16.
Okay, perfectly fine. So as you notice, they're gathering wood and fighting over who's going to ride the frog or not, or whatever they're doing.
I'm popular.
I'm already riding.
No, popular.
No,
I can't.
listen.
So as we're having this whole discussion or argument or whatever you want to call it, you actually see the little creature that's moving around in the coals. You actually see something kind of white down in the coals with him. And he appears to kind of push it to the side. But it looks like it's definitely not wood or anything that should be burning. It's not burning. It's just something weird and white down in the coals. So, Jericho, do you mind?
Yes.
While they're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
gonna look at them and be like, "Do you mind if I have that?"
Yeah, you can have it. He brings me some wood, and I trust that he's going to. You have a crown, says you're a king, you can keep word, he'll bring me wood, you can have it. So when you retrieve it, roll me I'm not sure what's higher for you, roll me like a nature or even religion or arcana would probably be able to give you this fairly easily.
My religion would be the highest.
Okay. It's really not like high or anything.
Dirty 20.
You're perfectly fine. You actually easily identify this as a unicorn horn when you pull it out. So, not sure why it's here, but it definitely looks like, as you pick it up, he actually says, yeah, that hag kicked it in here with me, and it doesn't burn. I don't need it. So, definitely something to add to your sheet. Jericho, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Now we can come back to you. Have you brought wood back?
I did.
That's awesome.
I got wood while I was
Okay.
riding on Torn.
Okay.
Right.
It is about this time, by the way, that the spell ends and Torn, you are again a Minotaur.
Yes!
Am I still riding him?
I don't know.
Just turn into Torn as
Am I just
like,
sitting
on my
on his
head.
shoulders now? Oh, you didn't get to ride the horny toad.
I don't even know what to say about that.
That's okay. You can have all that fun.
Yeah.
Stating you got to ride the horny toad.
I did.
Yeah.
Frog?
You
Horny
can
frog?
call him Hop Along though for like the rest of it, and it'll totally be valid.
So
Well,
I pick
that was
Jericho
fun.
up like, a little kid. I go down.
Yeah,
So-
And down you go.
Alright, I walk over to the fire beast
Yep.
creature. Hello, I brought wood.
Thank you.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Now what?
That was it. I touched you for wood.
Okay.
Do you need to select the wood or?
Well,
I got it, and about that time, the moment you ask, and he seems like, thanks for asking, but he kind of backs up, and you actually see some of the coals themselves actually kind of moving around without any help from him, and they kind of get closer to the stuff and it ignites. Nothing you have to do there.
Well, there goes Jericho's good deed for the day.
Can I investigate what he is?
Sure.
Roll
me a nature check.
Jericho Moss Blossom.
There's
Oh,
more.
that's probably
The
Moss
what?
Blossom.
Roll me a nature check.
No. Okay. 11.
Okay. It's not hard. You can kind of tell he's actually a magnum, just a little creature that normally lives down in the coals. He didn't need help lighting it though because these are animated coals.
Mm-hmm. So you get fuel for it.
So
Interesting.
interesting information to have. Not necessarily anything you have to do anything with. Yet, absolutely. Always keep your options open. So
burn the hag's house.
as you move forward, Jericho actually one of those weird little bird creations that Lorna makes
Oh yeah, that's right.
sails down to you
Said she was gonna send me a message.
and lands on your shoulder and kind of shuffles around in a very disconcerting way with the head of an eagle on the body of a canary. Doesn't make any sense. It's terrifying. But it seems to be kind of holding itself up okay.
Well,
And,
aren't you just the most adorable, useful thing I've ever had a nightmare about? So, hello, are you from the Lady Bavlorna?
And all it does is open its beak and a message issues forth, and all you hear is that you may take the weather balloon that's currently docked to get you over into the next area. You'll still need your guide, but tell them that you have my blessing. Take the bird with you, and once you get in the air, you will have no further need of him.
Oh, excellent. Well,
That's convenient.
things are just turning up Jericho today.
Yeah.
Look, I got a friend here who's going to stay with us for a little while. I've secured us transportation. Don't. You got that there unicorn horn. I
You
think,
don't
that's
know.
me.
You wasn't there. You were looking for wood and
Well,
arguing about a hobby hop.
You're right. You're right.
Yep,
I
you
guess
were
I
busy.
wouldn't know that.
Nope.
Yet.
You were busy
However, I
arguing
did
about
get to ride
hippie
on a giant horny toad,
Frog.
which is something that everybody should
He's
do
a
at least
frog.
once in their lifetime.
It's like frog.
Those really aren't frogs. They are lizards. Just FYI.
All right.
They can also squirt blood out of their eyes. Actually, never mind. That's
What?
information you didn't
You
even
can
need.
squirt blood out your eyes. Squirt blood out your eyes. Start poking hard. Squirt it.
I'm not a frog.
Horny toads is one of their natural defense mechanisms.
Huh.
That's really cool.
Stay tuned for more Candles and Coast.
Yeah, sorry guys. Now random trivia with Kara because Kara lived on the Oklahoma-Texas border and wanted above all else to have one.
Okay,
That makes
so
sense.
you're saying that Torn's really thirsty and he would like another drink of whatever was in that cauldron.
I mean,
No.
You have.
he has some.
Torn's
Or you
fine.
could do it yourself and you could just hippie hop
But
around
if
the
we
I
frog.
like hippie hop. I don't need to drink something
I
hippie
said
hop.
as a froggy.
Yeah, but no, I would rather ride a frog.
Well, if we need use of the giant frog, might come in handy.
All right, players, what do you want to do?
Well, I won't turn Torn into a giant frog.
Well, that's between you and Torn and the dice, ain't it?
I like being me.
No. No.
I want to go get in this balloon.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You're welcome.
we need to get Clapperclaw and get
Oh,
on
yeah.
his skull.
Leprechaun. Yeah.
And
Leprechaun.
then
Thank you.
he can come guide us to where we need
He
to
certainly
go.
can.
That is
So-
what we were searching the house for most
Yes,
of
yeah.
the
Leprechaun's still with us, right? Yeah.
Well, he's
but
waiting
He's
to
with
go.
us again.
Somewhere
He was
on-
literally just waiting around at the bank. He was waiting for y'all to like.
Oh, now that I can reach him
Call
in the
him.
back.
Yep. I know, right?
Got
What
your
kind of
head.
skull did I grab?
So you
It was
called
a
to
kitty
him.
skull, right?
Huh?
It was like a cat-like skull.
Yes, it was the skull of a
Little
tabaxi.
tabaxi skull, yeah.
Put
All
stuff
right.
on it, but that's fine.
I couldn't find your actual skull, but this is so much better than a gourd. And I rip off his head and put the skull on.
That is true.
Ah!
That's
It
my
has
best friend.
It has a face.
Yeah,
I guess that makes it better.
it's better than a gourd.
No more jingle jangle.
No more jingle
No one
jangle.
jingle jangle.
What's better, cat skull or jingle jangle gourd?
Did you clean it off, or are you just handing it to him with whatever?
I'm just handing it to him.
I-
But it would be. No, that was a
I
joke.
couldn't remember.
I couldn't remember.
I know we talked about it, but I know.
Oh
you
yeah, I
talked about
cleaned
just
it.
ripping
Oh,
it off the head.
oh, the
too.
skull. I was talking about his clavicle head. Yeah, no, the skull. I cleaned it. I did.
Okay.
I cleaned it with a knife. Yeah.
So you scraped most of it off.
Yeah, I made it look as
That's good.
good as you
That's
can
good.
make something like that.
Without aging stuff off. Of
Yeah.
it
A
or
little
anything.
prestidigitation will fix that
Yeah.
right up.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but
that.
if someone does that, then
I
that
will-
could fix that up. But
I will
no
learn
one
that
has,
spell
so.
when we get stronger.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, Clapperclaw says, thank you.
That is the correct response, yes.
Yeah, we went through a
And-
lot to get that for you. Almost
There's not a lot of
Yeah.
facial.
I went into crevices of Babylon that I should never have been in.
That place
Boy.
needs to
What
be
did you
burned
do? We
down.
left you alone with her.
Horrible things. Dark and horrible things.
And you're riding horny too. Like,
Yeah. He's scarred for life now.
I don't feel like he came to y'all that way.
Other fan fiction starting about you, sir. You're all
Look, Jericho is
Waiting.
a lake pine, and we are not afraid to experiment.
Well, now we know.
That in the church.
So, with that, Clapperclaw says, I heard the bird say something to you about we can use the balloon, and that will definitely be the fastest way
That is correct.
for
We have
us
a
to get
balloon,
into
Yes.
Thither.
and the birds come with us till we get into the air, and then
Great.
you can guide us from there.
Yes, I can.
Let's
So,
go.
fabulous. If you follow him, he is going to lead you directly to one of those swamp gas balloons that you saw before. There are these weird patchwork kind of weather balloon looking things. But as you go up with the bird with you, they can tell that you should have, you should be allowed here. And a knight in like full, what he thinks is full plate armor, as we've talked about, like their ideal of what full plate looks like is maybe not. Maybe it's, maybe some like thin tin that he's,
Your Majesty,
warped
you've
into.
got to outfit your army and guards a little bit better.
And
We'll put that on the list.
he looks supremely proud of what he looks like, so you might not want to hurt his feelings. He looks very proud.
I don't
He
care about
thinks
his
he looks
feelings.
great. Wow.
He cares about nobody.
He's an underling to the king.
Anyway, he salutes, or what he is close to as he can, and looks to the king and says, "My king, I'm in your service. My name is Dumfrey Frogart, and I would be happy to pilot this balloon hither, thither, or yon, wherever you might wish, as far as we can get, as long as someone can help guide me there."
We've got a guide.
Awesome.
We need to get to the hag in Thither.
I can drop you off at the border as long as he can help me steer through the veil.
Yeah, he's good like that. Ain't that right, Clapperclaw?
And he says, "I am indeed."
There you
Skull
go.
is so small. It's weird. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Much better than the big old gourd you had on there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so into the balloon. Y'all are good to go. You are going to be able to safely move from hither to thither. Clapperclaw is going to be able to talk to Mr. Frogger and kind of explain, like, hey, well, you need to kind of go through this spot, and you kind of move to the left, to the right. It doesn't make any sense. You have no idea how you would ever try to replicate it. It makes no sense. And he tells you, if you try to go through from one splinter realm to the next without a guide or without someone who has specific knowledge or specifically has permission, you will get lost, because the Feywild is just going to loop you right back around. That's one of the reasons everyone is, and Clapperclaw is kind of just sharing, but he's like, that is one of the reasons so many of us stay where we are. We're stuck.
Interesting.
We can't change. We can't move
Well,
unless we get some kind of.
it won't be
allowance.
long, and we'll have
Has it always
restored
been like
all
that?
of Prismere, and you
No.
can travel hither, thither, yon, however you like.
It has not always been like that.
That's right. It used to not be like this.
At least that's what I'm told. I mean, I
I was
wasn't here
I was
before that.
here, and it wasn't like that.
okay. Well, and he goes, well, then you would know.
I would. All right, when's this bird leaving me?
It's gone.
Okay.
It went ahead and took off.
Before it left, then
Okay.
I took a little letter
Okay.
to take back to Bavlorna
Okay.
that says, "Enjoy the loudmouth, but the little one might be of use to you. Maybe not eat it."
Wow. You know, She was probably wanting to be helpful. That's fine.
She was. Look how helpful she was. We got hot air balloon because of her.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And she got a
Perception
free
checks
one.
all the way around.
All right.
Perception, just a basic perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
Okay, passive is 17.
Okay.
That's a 17 minus 1, 16.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I like this dice tray.
That's
This dice tray
This is
seems
my
to be
new
working
dice-
well.
this is the
Thank
dice
you.
tray.
I was like,
This is
that's
the
weird.
first night I'm rolling with this
19.
dice tray.
Okay.
Not bad.
So you all see it.
Actually roll it.
Very nice.
No, I'm not gonna actually roll. I got passive 17.
About the time that Bavlona's bird leaves you, and right before you really seem to cross over between borders, a small stone just kind of appears in the bottom of the basket that you're riding in. It doesn't look like it's intent to harm you or anything like that. Jericho, you might remember that when you spoke with the satyr, he told you, like, if you help him get out, he would do what he could to get something to you. Right, so there's a good chance that that's what this is, and this is the only way he could get it to you, because
Interesting.
after he got out, it was a little tricky for him to try to get
Pick
to
it
you.
up and pocket it.
So, good chance that that's what that is. So, when you actually move into Thither, you're moving into a very different area. You move from this very swampy area into an area that is, or once was, a very lush forest area. There are trees everywhere. Now they look like they've started to rot from within. So we've all been in forests way deep in when you start seeing all of that rot. So that's what it looks like. From the top, it almost looks really good. And as he kind of has the balloon descend so you can get out, you start seeing that everything on the ground is very rotted. There are mushrooms growing everywhere in both the best and worst kind of ways.
Is that why you got mushrooms?
That is why I have mushrooms on my face. Yeah. So in the best and worst kind of ways, they're just
Kind of shrewd.
right. Like some of them are pretty and everything, but other ones are like they're just everywhere, like more than normal, right?
You need all of these. Just help yourself.
Absolutely. You can roll a Constitution check every single time, and we'll just see what happens. I'd be excited for you to do it. It sounds like fun to me.
Some will make you
Maybe
larger,
one.
and some will make you small.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So lots of options if you want to eat things. Absolutely, we can do it. I'm cool with it. But you know, you're in this wooded area, and so you've gone from this marshy, swampy area, and everything is more or less dry underfoot, but you can definitely tell it's all kind of rotting from within at this time. So you know, it's maybe a little more pleasant than the last place. It's not soaking wet. You might can walk without falling down a hole or anything. Maybe, who knows?
That didn't happen before. And nobody got soggy wet because I just crafted all
You know what
that.
you did, because you're so fantastic. So what you will see, what you will see is sometimes as you walk along, you'll see that there are very specific spots too that have like what looks like little fairy rings almost of like mushrooms all in these certain little patterns. But doesn't mean you need to run into everyone,
Yeah.
but you definitely see them as you're moving along.
Fair.
Clapperclaw kind of is trying to like steer you away from them. He's like, maybe we don't touch this right now. Maybe we keep walking this way. Can we go forward? He's trying to kind of get you to follow what looks like a very thin game trail almost. Like, like animals use it or something, but it's not like a real people trail. Doesn't look like there are a lot of those through here right now.
So.
Or even larger animal. How about not a sentient being trail, more of a game trail.
Fairy trail.
Right?
Now that we're in Thither, this is closer to home territory. I can actually reach out and talk to the spirit of the land a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll leave it up to you to what you think would be more beneficial for everyone. And I open this up to Clapperclaw too, since he's an unofficial party member. Would you prefer to have sharper eyesight and maybe pick up things visually more easily, or would you rather know when there are creatures nearby, say like within a stone's throw or so?
Who are you asking this?
I'm not part of this conversation.
Well,
Y'all
well,
are.
actually, as Clapperclaw, you are part of this conversation.
Oh, okay.
But I'm asking the rest of my fellow journey
Clapperclaw says
peoples.
that is a cool question, but guess what? I'm actually about to be out of here, so
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm just really just questioning y'all. How would you like Jericho to help you out in this place?
I mean, I think the ability to detect creatures would be useful. As you know, I'm not the most perceptive person.
What about you, sir?
do you even use the word perception, or you say like detectory?
Detector. No, he's book smart. So.
Okay, well then you're good.
He's just not street smart.
Known so many of those people.
Being able to see if there's anything around us would be better.
You think of perception then? Perception or detecting of creatures?
Probably the detecting of creatures in case they try to sneak up on us.
That's not a bad idea.
So tell me about this buff, Jericho.
Well, we haven't heard from my favorite ear annoyance.
Your favorite little earring? That's what I heard.
The same could be said.
I'm the annoying one.
I'm the annoying one. Wait.
Oh, because I kept tugging on your ears because you wouldn't get off the dang toad?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, God.
Now we're on the same page. What do you think?
Yeah, probably being able to detect the stuff around us would be a little better.
Excellent. Well, now I've heard from all of you. I'm going to do what I wanted anyway.
Okay.
There it is.
I don't know why he bothered asking.
Well, I'm just including you in the conversation, that's all.
I appreciate that instead of just talking to yourself like normal.
Well, yeah. All right, so
He does talk to himself a lot.
Jericho does a little jig,
He needs
right?
music.
Goes a little bit like this. Yep. Do a little dance.
The music is not going with his movements.
All right,
It's just
so
heavy metal blast beat.
from seemingly nowhere, a spiritual creature appears, and this is the most majestic creature you've ever seen, because it's like, you know them little pygmy horses, right? The little tiny ones are really adorable, right? Except it's got a unicorn's horn, it's a little pygmy unicorn. And it comes hopping out, and it's all like scintillating colors and stuff. And yeah, it just comes still hopping along. And it's going to stay with us until I decide to send it away. But yeah, it's going to travel, and if there is a creature at all within 30 feet radius of my little unicorn feller, then we know about it.
All right.
Well, okay, it says we get advantage on all checks to detect creatures, but that's
Okay.
basically, yeah. It's kinda hard
At
to
this
tell
point,
that.
y'all have pretty high perception,
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's probably going to
Hey,
detect.
pretty
Yeah. Well, you know, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, you get to roll twice and take the best.
See, there you go.
Oh,
But
Still
also,
got -1 on that.
if I cast a spell that restores any sort of hit points to any creature, then each creature of my choice will also regain hit points. Ain't that nice?
That's fancy.
Well, this is an adorable, convenient
Creature.
creature.
Oh, you should have seen the penguin. I've got a penguin that actually flies.
Penguins.
Yeah,
Happening?
I do.
Okay, okay.
But tiny unicorn.
All right.
Yeah, but tiny unicorn. Look, you can ride on this one.
So much
I give you
talking.
permission.
And you actually don't need any kind of perception check to see it because, again, like y'all are walking through. I mean, it's not a huge area, but I mean, it's enough for you to kind of see what's going on.
Sorry. Check the Discord.
I'm not going to right now. I don't even know what kind of shenanigans, but no.
You want to see that? That's what popped in my head as soon as he read it. As soon as he said this.
Oh, I bet you I know exactly what it looks like. It's probably what came in my head too. 'Cause that would be, you know, how we know.
Anyways, it looks kind of like Queen Butt Stallion.
Anyway. Oh Lord. Anyway, so as we're moving forward,
All right.
You're actually going to walk up on this small, like, kind of scene set out. You actually see this a gigantic oak tree is actually coming into view. Now, as you walk up on it, unlike the other oaks in the forest, this tree actually looks unhealthy from the top down. The leaves are golden brown, and they look like they're like falling off and stuff. The other ones around you, like, you can see that they're rotting from the inside, but their leaves are still green. They still look fairly healthy. Like, they can probably all be rehabilitated. But this tree is different. There is an actual thick carpet of dead leaves surrounding it. And as you look, you can actually see 3 rusty sickles lying among the leaves. Standing next to each of the weapons is a bleeding goat. You also see, right here, 8 tiny houses made of woven twigs that are nestled among the boughs of the tree itself. And you actually see squirrels darting in and out of these domiciles a bit nervously.
Well, I speak with animals.
Okay.
Hey there, fellow nut gatherers.
Just
What?
keep making it worse.
How's it going? What y'all up to?
We, we're just kind of checking out the houses.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Well, that's
yep,
nice.
Yep.
Is there anything we should know about this area? We just traveling through on our way to see the hag.
Don't touch the goats.
Y'all get that? Oh, you probably don't speak squirrel.
I
Cheek,
can speak squirrel.
cheek, cheek, which means don't touch the goats.
About that
Wow.
time, you actually see a tiny fairy come out of one of the houses. So clearly you would know that, like, you're like, oh, people.
Hey,
So,
look, it's your cousin.
Because all
wildly racist!
Unlike you.
Wildly racist!
How can I know? I only know what I know.
I mean, this is true. You guys are all related, apparently. So.
Yes.
So, please don't kill the goats. They are red caps. And unless you're going to actually kill them, then when you mess with them, the polymorph will wear off. But if you would like to help us, you could pick up these little sickles that are laying around. They're too heavy for most of us to pick up and move, really, of any distance that would help them not get them again.
I mean, we could do that, but which way to the hag?
That way.
Have a nice day, y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
We got enough side quests.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, these
It's
red cap fellas
fine.
might actually belong to the hag, and we don't want to get in trouble messing with stuff. Remember, that's what almost got us in trouble with downfall.
This is true.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to check. All right.
Stop being so meddling.
Being so meddling.
I mean, I can only do so much.
Yeah.
I thought y'all were heroes, but that's fine. You do you.
No.
So,
I'll get
no.
my horns back. Then I'm in here.
All
Put
right.
the rightful king on the throne. He'll handle
So-
it.
Yeah.
A couple of things. As you walk through, there are posters that are actually scattered on your tables, and you kind of start seeing these posters kind of pop up on trees everywhere. They're all advertisements of different ways, but basically they're all advertisements for some character called Will of the Feywild, and they're all different, offering a variety of different things as a reward. Yes.
Hey,
So,
we saw
Quite a
something
few
like
things.
this back in Thither about Agden Longscarf. Remember there was stuff like this, and the hag was like, this stupid person, and give me this stupid person, I'll give you something. Or something like that.
Granny Nightshade.
I'm sensing a theme.
mm-hmm.
That sounds like
So-
a hag name if I
There's a
remember one.
rapscallion who's terrorizing the hag here, and
So-
she will be grateful for his surrender.
Granny Nightshade.
That's probably this hag.
Probably that, yeah, that's a stereotypical hag name.
Right?
They're all named the same.
Yeah.
We're all in
They're all
the
Granny, Auntie, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Didn't she tell me what her sister's name was?
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention.
There it
Let's
is.
see, neck and silver, loyal servant.
Yep.
From my workshop.
Just all kinds of different things. So you're kind of going to see these as you walk through. something you have to really focus on, but it's kind of just something to know is going to be, you're going to just see him tacked around.
No sword can ever break. Ooh, I'm keeping this one. That's what I want.
Okay. So as you move forward, what you're going to come up and Clockwork Walt says, look, this is where I'm going to leave you. You can figure it out from here. You got this. And he walks you right up to the edge of a cave.
All this, you probably won't actually deliver on it.
Maybe.
What you're seeing is actually there looks like cozy torchlight radiating from a cave in this wooded hillside. 20 feet from the cave, there's a tree, and when you look closer, there is a very specific, there's another one of these flyers. It's the one I've highlighted in blue on everyone's table. There's the same one on both your tables. Going to make sure you both got a chance to look at the exact same one at some point.
Number 7.
Yes. But that one specifically happens to be, that one specifically just happens to be the one that's here. Just like I said, I just want to make sure at some point you have the exact same reference point to know what was on something. That's kind of tacked up outside the cave. But you see this cozy light radiating from the cave, and Clockwork Walt tells you, look, I feel like I've got it from here. I guided you in, but I'm really not keen on going much further.
So if we get what we came for and we need to go to Yon, can you guide us to Yon, or do we need to
Cannot.
find somebody else?
You're going to need somebody else for that.
Well, Clapclaw, it has been an honor and a privilege. Good luck back in Thither.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy the new head.
Yep, and he is going to turn around, and he doesn't, he says, I'll probably be around somewhere, and if you need a guide back or forth between the two again, let me know. I think you said that you're going to need to go back eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So,
my horns.
I'll stay around this cave for the next 3 days, and if you're not back by then I guess you're not back. And you'll have to find someone else to help. So.
We'll be fine.
Okay, so what would we like to do moving forward? We're all standing at a tree. There is a cave that's kind of lit up, and then there's, of course, the trail that you've kind of been following that continues further into the woods.
Should we just continue on?
I mean, the lit cave looks cozy.
I mean, you could at least check in. I understand how you feel about side quests. However, again, let's reiterate. If we don't check on things at some point, you will miss important information.
All right, so what
And I refuse to shoot
what
right
I'm
in.
hearing is
We should probably
go
into
look
the
in this
forest.
cave.
I was gonna say, I'll be happy to let y'all circle around in the same area for like 4 days and then start getting permanent curses, like more curses placed on you because you haven't delivered. I'm fine with it.
I still have a curse on.
I know. But if you go past the time frame that she's asked you to retrieve this within, which I would have to look back in my notes, but I believe it was 3 days in the first place,
Yeah.
more things will start happening. More curses will start being laid on you. Or more things could go missing. But there are going to continue to be more penalties. This is why it was kind of such a big deal when Torn agreed for everybody. Torn was like, yeah, we're all in.
Yeah, it wasn't his sharpest of moves.
Well, and your king said yes, he speaks for all of us, so there it was.
If you could get back your sense of time, wouldn't you do anything?
Yeah. I think he would.
Maybe. It's hard to tell.
You just learn
Ha
to draw maps again, and then she got her stuffy.
Time, what is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just a construct created by you people.
Well then. All right. So-
See? One from best friend, he gets it.
Okay.
Alright, let's go check this cave out, y'all.
Yeah. This cave looks
Does it
lit.
have teeth?
No, it's
Did you
just
say
a
this cave
cave.
is lit?
Yeah.
It might be.
That's why Torn's my best friend.
Might be.
That's a good one, Torn.
All right. So who is first in? Just asking.
Torn.
Torn?
Torn, you're first in. Okay.
What's going on up in here?
So actually, Torn, as you walk in, you actually see that there is a wizened old man wearing a blindfold. He's sitting at a spinning wheel, and he is surrounded by just piles and piles of gold all over the floor. He's spinning, and as he does, he actually will reach down and grab a handful of coins, and they begin transforming as he touches them into gleaming gold fibers, which he continues spinning.
Now, why does this sound familiar?
Now,
Hey, Kitty, I found your treasure.
as you come in,
The richest kingdom.
as you come in and say, what's going on here? He says, I'm spinning gold.
Spinning gold?
I am to make things.
Why? Well, not spin gold.
I've done too much of that already.
How'd you amass all this gold?
Those are questions that are improper to ask.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to assume the rest of you are behind him at this point.
Yeah.
Even if he does say,
I'm not sure if
well,
we're
I'm
behind
gonna
him
say
this conversation.
okay, so you are all in the cave at this point, yes? Just checking for posterity so we make sure everyone has the same information. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he begins pouring out his sad story to you. He pauses in the spinning of his gold and he hangs his head as if he's a little bit ashamed even behind the blindfold and says, I've led a cruel and heartless existence.
You sure about that?
I earned all of these riches by exploiting my tenants' misery, buying up these condemned properties and renting them out for exorbitant fees. Granny Nightsheet, she's helping me to make amends. I told her what if I know.
I was about to say, you must
Literally
be from
how I'm
Florida.
I'm gonna take this tomorrow and have a chat with some of the people I know about this. And just
You're right about
I
it.
heard of a place in an alternate world called Florida that's experiencing something
Very
like
much
this.
so.
We came to escape reality here.
Yeah.
Alternate universes exist, so
apparently, it's still a thing.
See, we can punch this guy in the face and get away with it.
Oh.
and still
Okay, hold on.
I'm not a bunch of
So he says to you, he goes like, but Granny Nightsheet, she's helping me to make amends. That's why I'm spinning this gold here. I told her I wanted to put all of my bad deeds behind me and use all of these ill-gotten gains for good things. And then she cursed me to dwell in this cave forever, spinning all of my gold into useful items for anyone who comes my way. At this point, obviously there are several of you who have come my way, and I would be happy to spin an item for you.
I'd like a golden lute that can play the epic rock ever.
How does the blind man know there are several of us?
He didn't say how many, but you can feel the presence of extra bodies in a space
He
circle.
passed his perception.
So he knows all about Aloysius and our fellow who plays the drums here, but who can't speak?
I didn't. I could just sense that there were more than
Or
Two of
You
you.
can make like
More than a
anything
couple.
out of gold.
there. Yes.
Yes, there are quite a few of us actually. There's some people outside the cave here because we couldn't all fit in. Have you got enough to give everybody something?
I should. I mean, there are literally heaps and heaps and heaps of gold laying around.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I figure that'll get at least the 6 of us that are here and the dozen or so outside.
Okay. And he tells you, well, they each would have to, I'm supposed to hand the gold to the item that I spend to the recipient. There's only a few things that I can honestly, generally spend, but kind of just depends. You said that one of you said that you wanted a golden lute?
Yes.
Liar? Lute.
See,
I can do that.
he still can't escape his old ways because at first he promises you the world and then starts making little what do you call it, addendums that you have to keep signing, and then eventually you don't have anything of what he actually offered you to begin with, and you're somehow paying triple.
Literally,
Not how it goes.
y'all are chatting about this, and he spends for a few minutes, and he finishes, and he reaches out towards where he last heard Torn's voice, and reaches out to you with a golden lute. It's pretty. It doesn't look like it's probably worth much more than, like a regular lute or whatever, but you can assume that the notes will stay pure. You can assume that maybe you will have to tune it less often, which is always great.
It was badass.
There you go. Also that.
What's God?
Now,
Gotta be gaudy.
what other, now, and he says, now, there are others of you, are there gifts that I can bestow on others of you? Because like I said, I can't leave here until I've used up all of this gold around me by making items for others. Hello?
We're here.
Hi. Oh, okay.
Pretty
We're
happy,
thinking.
like it's legit.
Ah.
Well, I have really a need for material things. That's the hard part. Well, all right, here we go. I got one. See, watch how selfless Jericho is in this moment. Y'all don't get all. I don't understand. I've done nothing but to help you. Oh,
Sure, we'll go with that. What were you gonna ask for?
yeah. What we need, Monsieur Slumlord, is a crown that is fit for a king of all of Prismere. If someone were to rule all 3 of the realms at once, that is not the queen, they would need a crown befitting of such a position. Can you do that?
I can make something that would be exceedingly lovely. Whether it would completely be worth what you say, I don't know. But I could certainly spin you a crown that has the settings for you to begin to include gems and other stones that would make this crown truly worth what you're asking.
That'll do.
Okay. So, for you, Jericho, he sits down, he spends a little bit more, and he picks up these knitting needles and kind of begins to, it looks like knit, but then you end up with like a solid golden crown he hands you.
Ooh.
And there are loose fittings all over it, like where stones can fit in.
And now Jericho is king. Now, I just kidding.
The eyes on that one.
Yeah,
That's all right for just a moment.
No. We got this for when we actually crown you as king. It'll replace the one you got from the Witchlight Carnival. I mean, you could wear it now, but you don't got all the gems and stuff in it.
It looks great. It's just, it's got open settings for gems because he can only spend you something worth about 1,000 gold pieces at a time. So making a crown.
This is 1,000 gold piece crown.
Just because those are very intricate stone settings.
Yep.
They actually, like,
Lots
as you
of-
look at them,
yeah.
you can see they actually create, like, trace and create, like, little, like, vines and flowers. So if you, as you put the stones in the settings, you'll see, like, actual little designs start to, like, come to life on the crown.
Okay. Here you go. Here's your new crown.
Oh my God.
Given to you by Jericho. Don't forget that. Could have had anything, my lord. And what did I ask for? Here's your crown. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I've heard a small high voice. Have you nothing specific that you'd like to ask for?
My name's Aloysius.
Okay, Aloysius. Have you nothing specific you'd like to ask for?
Oh my goodness, I do. I have so much I'd like to ask for. Since it's now, we know
Other
it's
than
about
the
1,000
stick
gold
we whacked
pieces.
this
Shush,
one
it's my
with,
turn.
no,
It's
not
Aloysius'
at the
turn.
moment.
Aloysius'
Gold
turn.
fairy wings.
I already have fairy
You
wings.
get gold jewelry and make them look pretty.
So while you're having this
I
conversation,
mean, I could ask for
I believe everyone here has a passive
Lighter.
perception of at least 11, yes?
No.
yes.
Not you. Everyone else, yes? Okay, so not Torn. Torn is super, super entranced by this flute, and he's like, I bet these strings will always be in tune. He
You
is
just went from
so
heavy
excited.
metal to glam rock, sir.
You know what?
I will make
Don't try to dull his shine. You let him have this. So
It's called
the
showmanship.
rest of you, though, actually can see all of a sudden that there are these odd, long-faced, what looks like there's a woman like dabbing tears off of her face, but it looks like the shade of a woman. It's not like a actual human that looks like a shade of a woman, like dabbing tears off of her face. And you see this small, rail thin child wearing an eye patch, kind of standing and staring over at what this man is doing, and kind of they're all crowded very close to him. They're not touching him, but they're very close to him, and you can feel like he probably feels them all around. And you'll kind of see you'll see them, and then they'll kind of disappear, and another one will pop up, and it's kind of goes from this lady with the tears to this little child with an eye patch, and then you see other ones. You see a man with crutches, and then you see that one disappear, and you see another one come up, and it's a small child holding an even younger baby. They look like they are just ragged and look like they have nowhere, and just you kind of watch these scenes of these just very sad and clearly downtrodden and poor people kind of flickering in and out behind him.
Yeah,
So those of you who have better
some weird
perception
things.
see that. Unfortunately, Torn doesn't.
Yeah.
But
I have my gold loot.
that is up to you if you want to ask any about it or whatever, but that's up to
No,
you.
I don't want to ask about that.
Okay.
Clearly all the ghosts that are haunting him.
So, as we're having this
Probably why
discussion,
he's
there
not.
was,
He put his own eyes out so he can't see it.
I mean, he's blindfolded, so you have no idea if his eyes are not, but that's fine. Either
I
way,
just assumed he put his own eyes out.
So-
That would be horrifying and that would fit.
you said, and he's listening, and he kind of hears you all get quiet, and he goes, so, I heard an Aloysius
That's
is
right.
looking for a
Yes,
gift?
that's right. It's Aloysius'
Ah.
turn.
Uh-huh, what can I make you?
Aloysius would like some sort of maybe like a little figurine of like a fairy dragon.
I can make that.
That'd be wonderful.
Hmm.
Thank you, kind sir. This is definitely Aloysius and not Jericho.
Okay. And you see his hands go to doing, and he kind of does this, and he hands you a little fairy dragon made out of gold.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try that. Hold on. And Torn, for the first time in his life, clears his throat. Hi, this is Sarah. My friend here, Sage, she lost a stuffed animal. What's your stuffed animal look like? Could we get a golden version of that?
A golden version of what?
Was it a bat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bat!
Can I make a golden bat?
Yeah, sure.
Yes?
It's not the same, but it's something.
See?
Only you'll have a replica to show people when you're looking for it.
Yeah, you should listen to Sarah. She's really smart.
Yeah. This is also just Torn's normal speaking voice. This is why he doesn't clear his
What's
throat.
happening?
This is Aloysius' normal speaking voice.
Hey!
This is Sarah's normal speaking voice.
I don't know what's going on right now.
You're fleecing this old man for everything he's got.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? And he doesn't even respond to that information though. He just keeps moving. Whatever. And in a few moments he makes what looks like it should be a golden bat, but based on what he's just kind of heard muttered around him, it's squishy, like a little stuffed animal. But it looks like a little bat, and it's actually not necessarily golden. After you squish it a few times, it kind of morphs into kind of like very similar to what yours looked like. I mean, it looks like a stuffed bat. Maybe some of the colors are a little off, but fairly similar.
Yeah.
Well, that was really kind of you, Sarah, to think of Sage like that.
Let's go. I need to find something to drink to get my normal voice.
Here, drink this.
Is that okay?
You haven't asked yet.
This is true. Can you make a mechanical frog that we could ride?
Could I make a mechanical frog that one could ride?
for like a child.
Huh?
Child size.
I could make you
Yeah, there we go. That's right.
a small mechanical frog. Let me see here. Look,
That is literally the goal, right?
that is the goal every single time.
I mean, every time I DM's what I've experienced.
It is the goal. It's my goal every time I play.
Yeah.
So I'm totally fine with it. I get it.
Fun.
It will be a very basic creature. It's not going to have like any special abilities or anything. But yeah, he
Just big enough I can ride
doesn't
around.
seem to have any issue. It is hollow inside. It's not gonna have like
Too
it
small
has
for
gears,
the
but other than that, it's kind of like one of those hollowed inside kind of things. It makes maybe a lot of noise, but absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
She's like, that's fine, that's fine.
As long as
You know,
it's
quit
big
digging,
enough
you've
for
already
me to
struck oil, let's
ride,
go.
and too small for him.
Wow. All right.
That's fine, because Evan's gonna ask for his next.
Be there any?
Oh my god, we're gonna be here all night.
Be there any others of you?
I guess there's an Evan now.
You guess there's an Evan?
That's what he
Do
is.
you have an Evan?
Dr. Jericho.
What does Evan look like?
Well, you know, he's kind of a handsome feller. Long ears, and you know, he's got a pretty pronounced but noble-looking snout about him, with a fluffy little cotton tail.
Oh, you have a werewolf in your party. That's nice.
If you believe that, then yep, he sure is.
Yes. Evan the werewolf.
That's pretty great.
Traveling with us
Evan the
since,
werewolf. Yeah,
I remember that guy. Good guy.
yeah, he's right
Remember
here.
that guy? Why did you have to remember
I
him
have
if
bad
it's with you?
memory. I remember his
He
shoes.
lost his memory to a hag, so
Yeah.
he's got no short-term memory.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
sure.
poor sweet summer child. Yep.
Yeah. Where'd I get this golden blue?
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Evan. Good guy.
Mm-hmm. Evan?
Yeah,
Evan?
Evan.
Is Evan about to tell me what he would like?
Well, Evan would, but since he's currently in his wolf form, he cannot actually speak English words. But I'm a druid that can speak to animals, so I will translate for him. And he said he would also like one of them mechanical frogs that's bigger than the one that you just made that he could ride in.
Unfortunately, the one I just made is the largest size that I can make. Also, I would very much love to hear Evan sing the song of his people.
Oh, sure, he can do that. I mean, it's a little insensitive to make him do that while he's in wolf form, because he's a cursed individual who doesn't enjoy this. But let me see, I'll talk to him. A woo-woo, woof, woof, bark, wolf.
What's happening?
See, he's terribly ashamed.
No notes! Done. Okay.
Terribly ashamed, Evan is, of this curse that has been afflicted upon him.
Evan, I truly hope you are able to have your curse lifted. I know what it
Me
feels like.
too, because
to
boy
have
does he suffer.
The deeds of those I've wronged haunt me every day. All day.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, I guess we'll just take another one of them hop-along frogs.
Of the same size as the first one.
Well, sure, but
That's the biggest I can make.
yeah, I mean that's fine. Can I get like a little tow rope on it that I could attach to Evan's collar so it can follow him around?
No, I won't have enough to make a rope, but I'm sure y'all have rope.
It's always an addendum with these people. Well, that's fine. We'll take what we can get. I'm sure just like that orphan with the eye patch said when he accepted his place of living from you. We'll just take what we can get.
Wow! Okay.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Anyways, you wouldn't happen to know where there's a
It
hag?
wouldn't have to be Will, would it?
No,
Does
No.
he look like it?
I'm not Will. My name is Nib.
This one doesn't have an eye, thing covering his eyes.
That's easy.
You're right. Hold on, let's take a look. No, it's not him.
Okay. No, he's like, yes, there is of course indeed a hag here. Like I said, Granny Nightshade cursed me in the first place. And I am cursed to stay here until I have spun all of this gold for those I have wronged into serviceable things for others.
Yeah, serviceable things. Not like a little frog that hops along that you can ride in.
According to the letter of the law, a frog you can ride in seems to be fine.
Oh, sure.
You have a dream killer with you. That's lovely.
So where is this Granny Nightshade?
You're just jealous because you
That I can tell you.
Throw it in the river first, I guess.
And being that you mentioned Will, maybe you want a little more info on him.
That's a sage problem. I need Granny
That's
Nightshade.
a sage problem. Not great. Okay.
You was the one asking about Will.
She lives in a huge fallen
If we bring
tree.
him to her, she'll give us something.
Oh, this Will.
That's why we won't get his horns back. That's where the majority of his brain is.
Yeah, hopefully I get my perception again. Who knows what happens?
I feel like your intelligence.
It is difficult to
Don't
play a
stab.
character with a 20 intelligence and a 5 wisdom. I'm doing my best.
Fair.
Book smart, but no
Book
street
smart
smarts
is
or common sense.
No walking around saying.
Book
Yeah.
smart meaning like you would remember the thing and be like, there's a poster, I need a thing, I need the info. No wisdom meaning you might just blurt it out and be like, also those things around you, they're super creepy. Also, I think I know what they are. Can we have a talk about that?
Maybe. But I just need to know what
You
hag is
do you.
one track now.
You're right. You're right. You do you. He tells you she lives in Loom Lurch. There is this giant tree that fell in the middle of the forest, and she has made that into her home. She lives in her home with the children that help her create the toys.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. She's putting people to work. She's providing jobs, y'all.
She might not be so bad.
I agree.
Hopefully a lot better than the other hag.
Well,
she seems
yeah,
to have twisted our agreement, but sure.
She was eating folks, so.
Yeah.
Okay. More questions for him? Yes, no?
And what do you know of this Will of the Feywild?
Ah. Well, Granny Nightshade seems pretty obsessed with catching him right now. He's a boy who just helped a handful of those younger children escape from Loom Lurch. Him and his whole little motley gang are known as the Getaway Gang. They live in this treant that they call Little Oak. I can't leave to help you or anything, but I can tell you if you were to follow, I'm told that there's a trail that still leads, I'm told the trail still leads, the one that's outside into the side of the cavern. It used to always lead towards that way, and I'm told that it still does. Can't leave to check that, but that's what I've been told.
Well, we can, so let's go that way.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Well, thank you, sir, for all of these wonderful, serviceable gifts.
Okay.
Yes. All 8 of us are very happy.
Yeah, thank you so much. You are very kind.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A woo-woo.
Wow. Torn and Jericho, I need you both to roll me a d4, please.
That's the one.
That's a 4.
There we go. All right.
Wow.
Well, either way.
Guess what? Both
One of us
ends of
got
the
the best, one of
spectrum.
us got the worst.
It's all good. As you leave this area, it takes you a minute, but you get just a few feet down the trail, and Jericho, you'll feel it first because you clearly have a higher perception, so you're gonna feel it. But the back of your neck starts kind of like twitching, like you feel like something's right behind you. And when you turn around, 3 of those apparitions that look just like what was in Nibs' cave, except they are the apparitions of maybe folks that you maybe have wronged in the past. So maybe Lemongrass and others like that you may have slightly wronged in the past are just following you now and reaching forward to kind of poke you in the ribs. You can feel it a little bit, but that is what it is. Torn, a couple more steps down the path, you're going to feel something similar, or maybe Jericho. Jericho, do you make any sounds or anything when you notice this, or?
Well, I'm about to. But
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
So first, detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Are they some sort of magical thing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then I cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Oh. No. They don't go anywhere, but okay.
Okay. If that does nothing, then sanctuary.
Still nothing. They're just following you. They're not actually hurting you or anything, and to be fair, they're not evil. Possibly, again, they are, how about this? They are not even people you've necessarily wronged. They might be people that in your mind you've wronged. So,
Well, ain't nobody.
Jericho thinks he's wrong anyway.
Well, then Lemongrass is definitely behind you. For some reason in wraith form now.
She didn't live very long.
Doesn't necessarily mean she's dead, it just means she was wronged.
You know, we all travel with ghosts, so.
There's a
it's
bullywug
fine.
behind you as well, dressed this way, and some other random creature. Jericho could fill in the blanks for us about who else he has wronged that Jericho may not know he's wronged, but
No.
honestly, looking at it from a third party's perspective, you're like, yeah, maybe no.
The bullywug
Giant
that you
dragonflies
didn't
from the
have to
carnival.
send somebody to kill, but you killed anyway.
Nobody knows about that.
You do.
know about that.
You're the only one who has to know
And I
about it.
don't feel like I was doing a wrong thing there. I just felt like, it was necessary.
And not really the point here.
Well,
So
You know.
they are following you.
as long as
Torn,
our future king.
There is one following you as well.
Can you
For
follow
you,
just a ghost head?
maybe it's that guy, you went through Bard College together, and you saw him cheat off your paper that one time, and you were like, not having this, like 0%, and you didn't speak to him, you didn't say anything to him, you just went straight and you stood up and were like, excuse me, he's cheating. You're gonna need to handle that. Middle of the test. Maybe that wasn't the way to go about that.
I mean, again, this is one of those situations, very subjective, because I feel like Torn was doing the right thing. Because otherwise, this person was having an unfair advantage against everybody else.
I'm not saying that Torn shouldn't have reported him. I'm saying more that maybe Torn might even feel a little guilty about it later. Like, maybe I could have told the teacher
Well, there's
afterwards.
an excellent time for an open
Maybe not
dialogue.
scream in the entire,
Torn, I
like,
forgive
everybody
you for
else
doing
is
that
testing.
because you did the right thing.
Well, you have no idea why this guy is following him. There's just some rando shade that you can kind of see behind him now that looks a little brokenhearted and looks like he's,
Cam,
for the loveful that's only maybe playing the bongos for no reason. Just, yeah, like you can't hear him, but you can clearly see him doing a thing.
Jimmy, he failed Bard College because of me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy. Didn't mean to. I was trying to do the right thing, Jimmy.
what, Torn, when you say Jimmy failed because of you, could you elaborate on that?
I exposed him for cheating off my test.
So how in the world was that you doing the wrong thing? This person, you actually probably saved him, thinking that if he couldn't pass this test, how would he make it as an actual bard?
But I cheated off of Sarah's test.
And yet Sarah is not following you, so I do not feel like this is a wrong thing.
No, I didn't get caught. I'm better at it.
Which isn't that part of being a
He was
bard?
part of the band that Torn was creating and everything. He was gonna be the drums guy and
Yeah, he was gonna be my drummer.
You can always get a different drummer.
Sure, they do come and go.
See? I forgive you, Torn. I don't think you should feel guilty about this at all.
Alright, well, I guess I got Jimmy following me around now. Good bongo beat.
I mean,
Are y'all hearing this beat, though?
No, I don't hear it at all. But again, I feel like I offer you forgiveness so you can forgive yourself.
Yeah, I forgive me.
There we go. All right, let's move on.
Alright,
it's
Jimmy.
okay. Oh, I remember who that last person is that's following you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Who is it?
it's that cousin. You know, the one who you went ahead and you stole that last cookie. You ate the last cookie when you knew he didn't get one yet, and you were like,
That's his fault.
That's his
and
fault.
that's why he's following you.
I mean, he can, but I'm just gonna look back at that shade and be like, and it was worth it. The cookie was delicious, and you'll never know.
You sure don't want to fall? Like, never mind. Y'all do.
No, we
This is-
don't.
Horrifying. I don't know how to feel about you people right now.
Except
Worried.
he's gonna end up with a knife in his back eventually.
Huh?
He's gonna end up with a knife in his back.
Well,
eventually.
sure, but my goal
Probably.
is to put a rightful king on the throne. So if I
Okay.
die in the process, then I'm a martyr and a hero.
He's got a point there.
Okay. Moving forward. All right, guys. So as we're moving forward,
Her death.
Gladly.
Let me find out.
all right. So it is about midday. As a matter of fact, wait.
So I have a haunted golden loop now.
Is that actually?
That's pretty metal.
I know, right?
Pretty sure
Maybe.
it's the fact you guys asked for second things.
Well, that's
for
naturally
seeing
fine
you.
one thing, so I'm not really worried about it.
You were
Yeah.
greedy, and now
You're haunted.
you're haunted.
I was helping you out.
Eh.
I get that, and I appreciate that.
You know,
I do have 2 things, so
I think the crowd.
Yeah, and you're not haunted.
nope.
See?
I only asked
See
for
how you
one.
have no guilt whatsoever about that?
I only asked for 1.
Right.
That's fine.
Well,
I can
you're
be
welcome.
haunted. Alright, yes. Sorry.
It's actually not even. I'm sorry. I misspoke because you did bad warnings. So at this point, it's actually gonna be later in the day. You are getting towards the later time of the day. You may run into 1 or 2 more people, but you're going to need to look for somewhere to camp soon.
Hmm.
So, with that information in mind, I'm just saying, let's continue forward. At this point, really, like, you're not gonna run into anything specific at first. Everything's fine. You see the shades, but they are clearly specifically with Jericho and Torn, and just kind of, looking at them sadly. Sometimes, like, gently, like, poking at them or something, but it doesn't seem to really affect them or hurt them or anything. They're just there.
Annoying.
Just annoying. Yeah, that's kind of it.
I mean, once they pass through the 3 protection spells, I realize that they're not harmful. So I just put them out of my head and forget about them.
Someone for Jericho to talk to now.
Looks less creepy if there's people there, right?
Mhm.
All right, so as we move forward,
I have a party trick.
you actually come across a lone campfire in the forest. And as you walk up on it, there actually appears to be like a little pot bubbling over the fire. And there's actually a frying pan kind of to the side of it, so it's kind of, one of the campfires that has more space than just a cauldron. There's a cauldron, it's bubbling, and then there's actually a little frying pan with butter in it to the side of it, as if someone is going to cook something in the next few minutes or so. And you actually can see
Is there anybody within 30 feet? Any creatures
yes,
at all?
and I am about to describe them to you.
Okay.
The only thing you actually see is this lone campestre, so just a small little mushroom person. And he is singing merrily to himself. He is just excited about his whole life. And he is just sitting there merrily and just kind of dipping the little cap. He'll pull the little cap off his head and dip it in the butter and rub it around and just put it back on and be like, oh, that seems nice. And like the pan's not really that hot. It just seems like the butter's melted right now. But he's just kind of singing and kind of starts like and rubbing the butter on himself and stuff. He's just humming and singing along.
This is the second time that we've seen somebody who is willing to eat themselves. Which brings me back to my original question.
What?
If you were starving and you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
What?
Well, yeah.
That is correct. I have proof now. Hello, toadstool person.
What?
My name's Jericho Moss Blossom of the Westbar Moss Blossoms, and this is my crew.
I'm Torn Asunder, who can handle any blunder with the sound of his thunder. That's Sage Rage Cage, and this is the big old cage.
It's nice to meet you all.
What you doing there?
Who else have we come across that was willing to eat themselves?
Oh, I'm just
Babylon.
sitting here, kind of just moisturizing. There's supposed to be a hot bath that was promised, and then we're gonna have dinner together, and things are gonna be just lovely.
Dinner with who?
Oh, there's a little goblin person out in the forest somewhere. They're just gathering more and more wood so that my bath can be nice and hot. And I'm super excited about this.
Is there a creature other than these people within 30 feet of us?
Not at this moment. In the next couple seconds, you'll feel kind of maybe like a goblin, maybe
Presence.
on the edge of your awareness, but
Yeah.
they're out gathering firewood, and they probably walked away so they can't hear the singing of Campestry, because it is just that high pitched, like just
Oh, I think it's
rubbing
lovely.
myself in the butter and just
He's
moisturizing and
buttering
bath time
himself
and
up.
just super excited about his life.
Think
Yes,
the-
Sage.
They're gonna eat you?
Huh?
You're taking a bath in butter.
This is moisturizer.
That's butter.
That's
Moisturizer.
butter.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wait. You don't think they were gonna eat me, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can't be proven yet. Y'all should not scare this little toadstool person yet.
Maybe we should rescue the toadstool person.
We don't know that they're in need of rescue. There is a goblin within 30 feet of us. I feel their presence.
Are you sure?
No, we're not
We were
sure.
friends.
Yes, you're probably still friends.
How long were you friends for?
Oh, just minutes and minutes.
See?
Yeah, they're gonna eat it.
We don't know that for sure.
They told me.
We don't know that for sure. People don't just go around eating other people's. I think this person has met a new friend, and you are trying to poison what could be a beautiful relationship.
You're gonna let that happen.
That's fine. I don't care about their friendship.
I know,
I'm going to try
obviously.
and save the toadstool.
You don't know that they
Any
need
comments
saving.
from this side of the table, or
Yeah,
we
I'm
just?
pretty sure that my friend here is right that the goblin's trying to eat
But we
you.
were friends for just minutes and minutes.
Yes. You're food to some people. I hate to break it to you. I'm sorry. You didn't talk
we're
about
all
probably.
When
Just
you're
some
wrong,
people.
when you're all wrong about this, you're gonna feel so dumb.
Like
Okay.
I don't know the feeling dumb.
I
Yeah,
keep
so-
trying to tell you.
Like, I don't know what that means.
I keep trying to tell you all that not everything is what it looks like here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
So what is the plan?
Well, we gonna sit and wait.
Okay. We just gonna sit and wait.
I guess.
There'll be a goblin along here in just a minute.
Jimmy, stop poking me. Jimmy.
Well, at least poke lower.
We have
Oh.
we have one person that has said nothing. Do we have anything to add?
Yes, my lord.
Dang.
If you're going to rule this nation, you should know all of its people and not jump to conclusions.
Apparently there's a toadstool kingdom.
It's ruled by a princess. She's fabulous.
Sage, can I have a charisma check, please? Torin, can I have a charisma check, please?
Hey.
God dang it.
15 on the die.
Okay.
That's
What's
a
that?
6.
That's a
15.
six.
2 on the die.
What is happening?
The fuck?
Oh my god!
I got a +4. And like 2 on the die.
It's terrible. But
This is the epitome of one job, sir.
The dice tell the story.
Anyone watching or listening, I just feel like that it's a moment to point out that maybe somebody wants to donate a new set of dice
They're not treating him very well.
I'm not sure.
I didn't they worked well last time.
That was almost a month ago.
No, I rolled one thing.
I think maybe he doesn't let them out enough.
It's true. You should let them breathe.
I bought these dice specifically for this campaign, and I will use them till it's ended.
And there it is.
So that end
That's
may
the
be
fatal
coming
flaw
much
right
sooner
there.
than you
I hated you
expected.
the entire time.
That is what happens.
Well, what do we get
First
from this
bad roll
charisma
we've done in a
check?
while.
Lady
Yeah.
DM.
Guess toads.
You get nothing. You're not rolling it.
This is true. So
Sage.
what does Sage Rage in the Cage?
This little campestry looks at you and goes, you seem small like me and you seem like you might know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I'm terrified. He might be gonna eat me now. What do you think I should do? Should I just leave?
Yes.
Will that be okay?
Yes.
Will you tell him that I left? That it's nothing against him, but I didn't want to be eaten?
Yeah, you might want to go wash the butter off.
Well, he said I was gonna get a hot bath, but that feels like a bad plan now.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and he just hops in a little pan and just runs off into the forest. And about that time, a goblin comes out the other side, and he has an armful of firewood and a little pack on his back, and he just looks at you, and he looks at the fire, and he's like, "Did you eat my dinner?"
No.
And what if I did?
We should wait until he clarifies what his
Honestly?
dinner was.
Then I'm fine. I just wanted to check.
We should wait until he clarifies what his dinner was.
What
Was
was
your
your-
dinner a high-voiced singing mushroom?
A sentient mushroom person?
No. I was having mushrooms for dinner. That's it.
That's what we were saying. There was a
The
sentient
toadstool.
mushroom that was singing.
And talking.
Was that the person you were going to eat, or did you have actual mushrooms to eat?
So, I don't think it's a person. It's a mushroom.
But it's
It was
sentient.
singing and talking and moving.
It's a mushroom.
But it's singing, talking, and moving.
Well, it's a mushroom and it's gone now. So apparently y'all ate it, even though you were talking about sentience and apparently have some weird moral quandary with this.
Did you tell it to have a hot bath in butter?
The butter was lotion.
Or
Moisturize.
moisturizer?
Honestly, I just offered a hot bath, and then it was like, also there's moisturizer. Who am
I like
I to
this
discourage
guy,
my
I'm telling
food
you.
from going ahead and sauteing itself?
All right, I was wrong. Can we kill this goblin?
Why are you killing me?
Why were you gonna kill a mushroom?
Because it's a mushroom and
Well,
it's a
you
food.
the goblin, and then I'm hungry.
Are you gonna eat me?
Once we
You
kill
will.
you and freaking see
I
you.
mean,
You want to give him a
we
potion?
normally don't eat talking creatures.
Yes, I do.
But no, we did not eat your mushroom. We let it go.
Here,
Should eat creatures that talk.
here, drink this.
Yeah, are you
That
thirsty?
seems unwise.
No, it's great. I had some. You have a
I'll
hot
let
and
you
good time
drink.
with that.
You seem unwise.
Well, since we
But it looks
scared
like-
off your dinner, this should make up for it. No, you know it. You probably can't handle it anyway.
Yeah.
Being a goblin and all.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's alcoholic. It's spicy.
Oh,
It's
it's
got hints
alcoholic.
of. It's got
Oh,
hints
yeah.
of cinnamon
Well, that
to
sounds
it.
great.
Yeah, but you can't have it now.
Okay.
I don't think goblins can handle this kind of alcohol.
I'm sure I could.
It's 200 proof.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I could handle it.
I don't know if you could. I'm worried that it might be too much for you.
I don't think so. I think I got this.
I mean, you see how large I am, and it knocked me
Well.
on my butt.
All right, listen. I'm
What?
giving this to you, but I'm telling you, I don't think you can handle it.
Well, look at this. You give me, you give it to me, that to me, and he slings his pack off of his back and shuffles around and pulls out a little brown bag and says, "And have candy that I give all of you that I picked up at the market." In trade.
Candy's good. I mean, yeah.
Mm.
All right,
Yeah.
that seems fair. Okay, please be careful. It's super strong.
All right. Roll me a percentile.
All of us are just Jericho.
Okay.
Just Jericho.
Red's gonna be my high one. All right, 73.
Okay. Let's see here. That is going to be, he turns into a giant frog. Ribbit.
For now.
Ribbit.
Please smash this frog and let us eat of its legs.
What? It's still killing a creature.
Okay.
But it's frog now.
It's still sentient.
It had
Use your
effectively
frog legs.
dropped the candy when it drank the potion and had already slunk his pack off of his shoulder, so his pack is there. And the moment he hears y'all talking about eating him, he begins to hop off as quickly as possible. And that's pretty quick. I don't know if y'all have been around, but bullfrogs, type of frogs, those are larger frogs, they happen pretty quick.
I know.
I had to chase one through my house once. It's
Candy.
not fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
candy.
we got candy,
That's
and we
what
saved the
I
shroom
You
person.
do. You have candy and you saved a campus
And
stream.
we
What else have
else
you got in
is
this
that?
bag?
And we have a camp.
Free camp.
And we have a
Right?
camp.
And free camp. And look, there's an armful of firewood he dropped on the edge of the camp. Look at y'all.
You're
Yeah,
welcome. You're welcome.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
So
Okay,
there
once
is
again.
And nobody died.
And nobody died.
the small cauldron. So it's a small, like a pretty small one, because all he was gonna boil is like one campestry in it. The frying pan, which has butter in it, which of course you could use this evening, or you could set it aside, let it harden up, and put it away, because that's how butter works. You also find his actual pack when he slings it down, and he's left it is an explorer's pack. So it is full of the normal things you would have, like just in a
Amazing.
regular explorer's pack. So rope and
All that good
torches
stuff.
and all that good stuff.
Very
So-
cool. Well done, Jericho.
You could cook that potato in the water.
Candy.
I don't know if my
Ew.
potato has regenerated. Has it been a day since I threw a potato to gelatinous cube?
No, that couldn't have been.
No,
Fix it off.
It won't be until y'all sleep
Wait.
tonight
Yeah.
in the morning.
Did somebody else have a potato?
I have a sack that regenerates one
Yeah,
potato.
but more than one person got the sack.
Jericho does.
Maybe there. I don't know. I really don't.
I don't remember. I probably do.
Pretty sure you're the one that has it.
I got it.
I mean, I probably do.
I gotta
but
know it somewhere, but honestly,
It's a ruscus.
That
whatever.
was like centuries ago.
That
to
was
me.
centuries and centuries ago.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know that might have sprouted eyes and started its own little potato
At
family
one
by
point,
now.
I did have a sack with a replenishing potato in it. What would you look at that? I still got it.
There you go. Free butter.
Butter, you wanna cook some potato for
Yeah,
dinner?
I know.
Sure, I'll cook for y'all. Will y'all eat it?
At this point,
Everybody's like, yeah.
You could just see what I did to that goblin, right?
You don't have any more potion though.
Oh yeah, we're out of frog juice.
You have one
Are
left.
we?
Oh, we have one left?
Sage has one.
I have potion, you don't have
Sage
potion.
has
Do you?
one.
Sage
Yes,
Sage has one. Okay, so
I
I have unicorn cookie cutters. You wanna make?
what are y'all doing for dinner? Are
I'll
you
make French fries.
going to? Do you have rations? Are you going to scavenge around? Like
Yeah.
look around. That's always an option. Out in the Feywild, there are things that you can find to eat that should be safe.
Yeah, this Explorer's pack. It's got rations in it.
It does have some rations in it, yes.
Yeah, we'll just eat
Get
his
a
rations.
unicorn cookie cutter. We're gonna make unicorn shaped French fries.
You know what? That sounds fun. Really interesting and fun. I mean, it depends on how thin did he cut the potato, and if it was one of like the big ones.
There you go.
Yeah, and it may be a tiny cookie cutter.
I mean, it's sage-sized cookie cutter to be fair. Like,
No,
you know, it's not like.
more like
The corn
little
size
potato
cookie.
rounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably like
Tater
sage
tots.
size, meaning like sage cookies. So like, y'all are like, oh, it's
Stay tuned, y'all. We're gonna keep talking about potatoes.
I'm gonna
shut up.
Potato.
On that note, just wanna
Can you catch fish?
thank Shiny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
We have to.
These are great.
Shiny's actually,
We have fried Oreos.
when he's not being king of the future prisoner, Shiny's
We
actually
have,
really good.
Fried peanut butter and chocolate cookies. They're fabulous.
Fried
Yeah.
peanut butter and chocolate cookies.
Peanut butter and chocolate
Yeah.
sandwich cookies.
I
deep
wasn't
fried.
Ours
in
are
the
over
room
there.
for that.
Oh, you're not? Oh, that is such a shame, too.
Yeah.
Man, I just can't believe all of this goodness is
I need
just
one.
gonna be missed by you.
We'll eat them live on stream. Dude. to the waffle shop.
I do want to throw it out there that I just feel like it's important to point out that an integral part of any good D&D game is always good snacks. So
That's
there's
the
that.
best snack.
Mm-hmm.
If
We
you're
do indeed
not
have
a
the best
DM,
snacks.
Bring snacks.
It works sometimes.
Sometimes.
If you're ever in the Panama City area,
It always works with
breaking
him.
character for us to say, if you're ever in the Panama City area, stop by the waffle shop and go see Shiny.
Absolutely.
He makes great food.
Fabulous. 100%.
All right.
After that tiny promo.
So we eat, we sleep.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they're really good.
Yes, we're eating, we're sleeping.
Morning comes.
We're good.
Diabetes right there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Jericho and Torn.
Yep.
You each wake, just like everyone else, except you are much more tired today. For some reason, as if you didn't sleep well. You will each wake with 1 level of exhaustion.
Mother.
These things happen.
An unrepentant Jericho for your observation.
That
ladies
is
and
correct.
gentlemen. Completely unrepentant.
That is correct.
But the both of you do indeed wake with a level of exhaustion and just you didn't sleep too well last night, I guess.
I think Jimmy kept me up again.
Yes, that is indeed exactly what happened.
I slept fine.
His the bags under his little bunny eyes don't say that, but that's what his mouth says. So you know, who knows?
I don't have to get rid of my golden boot. When did you get Southern clothes on?
I know. What's happening?
Am I gonna have to get rid of my golden boot?
Anyway, so as you wake up for the day, you actually are going to hear something coming along the trail as you're cleaning up your campsite. I assume that you're all responsible. You put out your fire, and you know.
Somebody did.
As a druid, I feel like you.
I was gonna say,
Look, the best way to clear out a
Hold on,
rotten forest is with a controlled fire.
you're not a wildfire druid, which is who would believe that.
I mean, yes.
As in another life of wildfire druid, I 100% believe that that is absolutely the best way for us to replenish the earth.
See?
But
I have permission.
He said control.
that's not who I am
That's who
right
I am.
now.
now.
And which kind of druid are you,
said
sir?
it and you walk away. It's not a controlled fire.
not
I'm a Jericho type. That's right.
Oh, the Jericho type.
Yep.
So chaotic. Gotcha.
It's probably wildfire.
Chaos.
That's it.
Controlled
Jericho
chaos.
type chaos. What does that mean? I don't know.
Nobody does except Jericho.
He shows up and does Jericho things every day.
Alright, yes. We cleaned up the campsite. We're
Okay.
responsible.
All right.
Shooby-doo-doo-doo.
I don't know how to talk with you at all. What you will hear though, as you kind of go to leave, you're actually going to see that there's actually someone else coming down this path. Jericho, you feel the twinges of your awareness ping on there being maybe a creature or so, and you can hear like the rumbling of like a cart a little bit before everyone else sees it.
Excellent.
But when you do, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's running or anything. It just, you know, whatever.
Just going along.
Yep. So as you begin to walk forward, you're actually going to walk into a creature, and there is this massive owl bear harnessed to a cart plodding down the middle of the path.
Hello, fair traveler.
And it kind of shies away from you a little bit and continues to kind of look like it's trying to kind of go around you.
Speak with animals.
Okay, can you give me an animal handling, please?
I was just gonna talk at it, but yeah, I can do that too. 15.
Okay, that's what you needed. You actually can talk it, calm it, and then you can proceed to attempt to talk to it, because without calming it down, it's going to start like,
Gotcha.
it doesn't know you, and
Well, now
it
it does,
panics.
because I say,
There you go. Now
hello,
you have
my name's Jericho Moss Blossom of the West Fire Moss Blossoms, and you are...
Juniper.
Juniper! What a lovely name, Juniper. I just absolutely adore it. I had a cousin Juniper at one point. She got 8. Juniper, what you doing?
I
Trudging?
well, honestly, it something scared me. And I lost my rider. I lost my being that was riding me, and I'm on a path, so I figured I'd just keep going to the end of the path.
That's one way. Yep, for sure. Who was your rider? Or what? Just in case.
Have a hard time telling too many creatures apart, but it was an elf that
Centaur lady.
borrowed me. As a matter of fact, I think somebody. And she kind of stops. She pauses, just like she's trying to like remember exactly what happened. She's like, "Yeah, it was an elf. They were really light. That's what I remember." And so, if it weren't for the fact that like the tail of something snatching them off my back, I almost don't know if I'd have noticed that they were gone. But of course, when something's tail almost smacked me, I bolted.
Interesting.
But I figured I'd just keep going down this path, and hopefully it'd lead me back to some civilization.
Was missing a horse.
Yeah, but this is not a horse.
This is an owlbear.
Owlbear.
Tis an owlbear. She would be very upset if you called her a horse. Very upset.
Well, Juniper, do you enjoy your current position? Like being a
Generally
card
get
caller?
fed enough, and that's good enough for me.
Interesting. Well, it would seem that we are in need of travel. Are you familiar with these parts?
More or less, yeah.
Well, we actually have a meeting with Granny Nightshade that we need to get to Toot Sweet. Can you possibly get us that way?
I can.
I would offer you payment. I have this amazing gold pull-along frog here.
I don't need payment such as that. I'll need payment such as the food that I'll need to eat. And with that, she thinks at you because clearly, as far as that's concerned, she's not going to think in terms that we are, but she's going to think in the amount of basically like she projects a picture like into your mind as y'all are speaking of like a pig or so. Like she's like, I will need roughly this much meat daily.
Interesting.
If anyone wants to roll a nature check, I can tell you exactly the amount that you would need to keep an owlbear.
Not necessary.
With you. Okay.
Not necessary.
Okay.
So I summon up a handful of good berries, which will keep somebody sated for a full day, and of course, flat palm, and I offer them and say, try this. Just try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep eating it. Come on.
It's not meat.
I make it smell like meat.
She'll eat one.
There you
She
go.
accepts it.
Yeah.
Says, I do feel full. Thank you.
You're welcome. Should I just put these behind the thing, or do you want to eat the rest of them?
I'll eat the rest of them.
You're going to feel real full for the whole
then.
day.
And that's fine.
There you go.
Okay then. The chariot that she's pulling is big enough for 2 medium creatures, along with their things. So.
Well, you can fly, so you don't need it.
I got my mechanical froggy.
But you can fly.
I know.
It's
Mechanical
like,
froggy.
or I can ride a mechanical frog and aggravate you.
An uncursed froggy.
My lord, you should
That
definitely.
is the curse.
You should ride. It does not look good for you to walk while your squires ride.
Right.
Okay.
So you should ride, and Torn should ride.
Should I?
Okay.
Because
Yes.
it will let me.
Yes. All right,
It's an
so
owlbear.
That is an owlbear, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
They're pretty
she's
huge.
very strong.
Very
Yeah.
easily.
She's not. Yeah, she is like, I got it. Thank you though.
Don't insult her. Juniper is a beast of an owlbear. Look
Yeah.
at them muscles.
Absolutely.
Juniper, would it be an imposition if I was to ride upon your back?
It really wouldn't.
Oh, well then, I guess I'll ride upon the owlbear's back, which would make just yet another creature I have ridden on the back of.
Okay.
So enjoy your little frog there.
I will.
She begins to plod
Very
along.
much so.
And
Oh, travel by owlbear. Oh, now
We're
this
also
is the
looking
life.
for Will as well.
do you tell her that?
Well, I didn't cast speak with him.
Ah.
I was telling that to the party. And we're searching for Will before seeing
How long do you
Guardian
speak with
action.
animals / Jericho?
Oh, good question.
I think like
This is an important one.
Mm-hmm.
Speak with animals is 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes.
And I'll do animal friendship as a first level spell.
Okay.
That lasts for 24 hours.
Okay.
She's already friendly.
Yep.
Now we just keep her that way.
All right. So what you are going to see is as you kind of move forward. All right. So as you move forward, there comes a point in the trail. So you plod along. Nothing really happens for a good hour or two. And she pauses for a minute, just because, y'all kind of talked about why, so she kind of remembers, like, this vague discussion. And she pauses at the edge of the trail, like, she pauses as she's walking and kind of pauses at the earth a little bit, and you can see a small trail leading off to the side. But that's all she does. She just kind of pauses for a second and then just keeps moving forward.
Juniper, hon, what's up?
She can't talk to you anymore, but okay.
I just cast again.
You can cast it again.
Yeah. I got spell slots for days.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you do.
Not a lot of spell slots.
Okay, that's fine. As far as shoot, I was trying to double check something really quick.
Yep. And these are always known for me, so.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
cast again. What's up? What's up, Juniper, hon?
She says, this is the trail of the beast that took the rider.
Down this way?
Yes.
Well, let's not go that way.
Yeah, let's not.
Juniper, is there a Mr. Juniper? Y'all don't know.
There is. I mean,
There is?
yeah.
And whereabouts is Mr. Juniper?
He goes by Aspen, and he's home with our young.
Oh, Aspen. Aspen's at home. He's a stay-at-home owlbear.
Yes,
And
after.
you're a bit you bring home the bacon, so to speak, because you like pigs.
Yes.
That's pretty respectable.
We trade off tasks every few weeks, depending
Well,
on how long the haul
that's
is.
how you keep a relationship healthy.
It really is. Really is.
You know another way you can keep a relationship healthy, right?
Mhm.
Romance.
You know you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And anytime adventurers or whomever I am pulling forgets to feed me, I take them home for dinner. So, there's that. It's very romantic. Keeps our diet spicy as well as our love life.
I love that idea. That's you don't meet many people like yourself who with such a well-adjusted thought processes.
Mhm.
Well, if you're ever looking for, to add a little Jericho to the mix, I'd be willing.
Oh, I feel like you'd fill in nicely into our stew pot. So certainly.
But I'm spoken for as far as commitment wise. But yeah, other than that, we're pretty open.
We could
definitely have your bones returned.
You
No
would
problem.
eat me? You would, Juniper. Juniper,
What?
you joking? Juniper, you joking with me? Oh, I know you joking.
I
with me.
haven't had hair in a while, but sure, I'm joking.
Well, once you go Jericho, there ain't nowhere else to go.
Yeah, there ain't. I'm sure there is nowhere. Like, you're probably stuck in a hostage situation. So.
I like to call it creative foreplay.
Okay. That's why we put warnings on these things.
How did the cleric / druid become the horny one?
Art bunny.
That could be the answer.
Lay pine. As
Rabbits are
in,
horny.
we lay a lot of pine.
Wow. Okay.
That's why there's a one.
Neat. Okay. So as you
Find Bart next.
travel forward, and you will be able to see this at about the same time it would ping on your senses, Jericho. So.
Well, it actually pings on everybody's senses. It's not just mine. It's
Fair.
for everybody
Yeah,
who's in the
so
party.
that's unicorn friend.
I'm
Yep.
sorry, you're right. So everyone you're gonna see, but like feel other people, but you're gonna see this about the same time. So it's not really gonna necessarily matter, but you actually see kind of a small opening, and you can actually see that up ahead there seems to be a small group of children frolicking around this large oak tree. They are just completely children just running around gleefully, yelping, and calling out to each other and stuff like that. As soon as y'all are within just a little bit, you can hear them. You can start hearing them pretty easily. They're just joking around and goofing around. You can see these painted swings dangling from the tree's branches. And you can see nestled in its crown is this ramshackle treehouse. But really right now you're just watching a bunch of kids kind of playing.
Ho there, Rugrats.
That's where they said Will is.
Mm-hmm.
Ho there.
What y'all playing?
We are playing adventures.
We are too.
Mm-hmm.
Only we're the real deal.
This is Juniper. She's our ride today.
Well, and at this you kind of see
Y'all want some candy?
what looks like a taller child emerge from the background and say,
No!
okay,
Swat you on the nose.
stand down, fellow adventurers. We
Yes.
shall face merry hell from my compatriots and myself. We are children. Children, remember, they're not.
Yeah, no.
They're already playing adventures. They're playing
We're playing
fake
adventures,
swords
too.
and stuff like that.
We're
Like,
real adventurers.
it's not necessarily them just FYI. So,
So don't
And,
think that's a threat. Got it.
yeah, not necessarily trying to be a threat. It's just they're children playing a game, and you walked up on them, and they're still in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at this point, he says, we don't generally take candy from strangers.
Well, I'm Jericho Mossblossom of the Westboro Moss Blossoms. We're no longer strangers.
Fabulous. That
All
sounds
right,
good.
introduce
Thanks.
Juniper. This here is Sage Rage in the Cage.
And I'm Torn Asunder who can handle any blunder with sound and stutter. This here's the Leona King.
That's right. We's adventurers.
That's our new intro.
Okay.
Yep.
Say it next time.
And at that point, this child, he appears to be about 11 or 12. He doffs this tattered kind of cap that he is wearing and says, "My liege," assumes this is what we're doing today, and he puts it back on and says, "Well, we are glad to welcome you if you're just traveling through into our little space."
Yeah, we's on our
What are
way
you
to go
looking
see
to do?
Granny Nightshade. She owes us a portrait.
Well,
Yep.
she's bad news.
Yeah, we heard. Her sister's even worse.
I don't
Well, we
know how
done
you
dealt
could be
with that
worse. She traps children
Yeah, the other one eats children.
The other one takes heads from one creature, puts it on top of another creature.
No, you're talking about Clapperclaw. He came from here.
Well, no, Clapperclaw is also here. He's hanging out in the cage just on the other side of the
We
border.
saw weird things stitched together.
Oh, I've seen
whole
one of
room.
those things.
She
Yeah,
has
she
weird
makes her
taxidermy.
artwork.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah. Right. Does this one do that?
No, she
So
has
she's
the
a
children
hack.
make really creepy toys.
Oh, that's fine. She's just like Santa Claus.
Sure. I mean, I try to make it. We try to make it our job to try to get away from many children away from her as we can. But
Interesting.
sure,
Which one of you's Will?
I am.
What'd you do to piss her off?
Shows in the poster.
He
And
just said he helped steal the children
yeah, I was
away.
say he waves behind him and says, "I've helped several children to escape from her clutches."
Intriguing.
And he waves his hand, and there are several children behind him that have all kind of like, for the most part, seem to have stopped playing. One of them, like there's one or two kids peering out of the treehouse up top, and there's a little displacer beast kitten playing on the ground with some other
Hey,
kids.
Starlet.
And so, stuff like, and he's like, so I helped them, so she doesn't like me.
That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. That
Overreaction.
displacer kitten, we know where her mama is.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, she's been looking for her.
What's her name?
Starlet. Oh, you mean the mom?
No.
Oh, the mom's name is Dearla? Deirdre?
Dearla. Yeah.
Dearly.
Deirdre, yeah, that one.
That was the displacer beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dear La, doesn't one of you have a thing that you can use to convince Star that you knew her mother?
Jericho doesn't know. That was ages ago.
What was the thing?
Has the
As far as he's concerned, that was months ago.
I mean, how would that stop Jericho from knowing he
I have
has
to
the
say,
thing?
This little
I'd have to check my pockets.
Okay. Well, the displacer beast does roll over and comes
looking
over
for a
because it
mirror
hears
ball,
you
y'all.
say
I have it.
the
There
name
we go.
of its mother.
Torn asunder, whatever blood, or
Your mom gave us this. Sorry, I'm really tired. Jimmy's been poking me all night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jimmy's what he calls his loot.
That's my shit.
He is very excited about the mirror ball the moment you pull it out. He's so excited he starts sleeping around and trying to grab it out of your hand. If you let it go, he will grab it and kind of throw it around for himself and run back and
Give
forth.
it to him.
Play fetch with him.
There you go.
And Will tells him, like, look, I mean, I could try to help Star get back to his mother since I know where she is now.
Yeah.
She's
With
at
the
the
Witchlight
carnival.
Yeah.
But I need y'all to help me free the rest of the children that are still trapped in Lone Lurch.
I don't
So
really
let's
know
get
if
the
that's something we
portrait.
can help with because
Well, you
we're
want to get
actually
the portrait as well?
yeah we're super cursed and that's why we gotta go see Green Nightshade.
Super cursed.
Yeah.
Is that one level above cursed?
It's ultra cursed. Yeah,
Oh,
Cursed.
we're just super cursed.
Well, do y'all want to maybe camp outside instead of in the treehouse then?
I didn't want camp at all. I won't keep going.
Yeah, we just got done camping. That's been that long.
I paid
You're
for a whole
right.
day
You're
to ride
right.
Juniper, so
You're
I
right.
get my money's worth.
I would say we just traveled all day on Juniper, didn't we?
But yes, we.
You did travel about half the day.
See,
Once you
only
got
half
with-
the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go
We
in.
paid for a whole day.
We'll go in
Okay.
and take the portrait that we need, and that will be a distraction while you go in and free the rest of the children.
Or whatever.
I mean, I have a plan. I do have a plan I think that could work. If
Right.
you're willing to hear it.
As long as I get the portrait.
So, as long as you can, yeah, like I don't
Good
care
luck.
what you do.
I'm a board.
Um,
Sounds like you have a good plan. Let's go.
And it sounds a lot like your plan.
Mhm.
We have a plan?
Y'all are really, well, you said something about I get the kids
No, I
and,
said we're
and
gonna
you
go get it.
get a thing.
And they can
Yeah.
be kids.
I make we do a distraction on getting
I
the
said
portrait.
that?
No,
I
you
said
told
that.
us that.
Okay, I was gonna say, that doesn't sound like the plan I'd come up with.
Oh,
Yeah,
No.
your plan might actually work.
well, here. So, like, my plan would be that we have some of us creep through the woods to the west, through the trees, and they can hide, and then they can just start screaming. Like, there are these scarecrows over there that should, like, mobilize themselves if they start hearing sounds. And at that point, I can sneak in to the entrance over by the kitchen on the east side of the tree. Now, your part would be to enter through the goblin market You'll need to pose as travelers and purchase some more like sweets or candies or whatever.
We are travelers, and I would love some candy.
Right.
We got candy.
Would you
So-
like some candy?
What you can ask for is then you can ask for a meeting with the hag as travelers. And she'll probably take it, especially if you offer her candy. She really does like it. She just doesn't get out and buy it for herself all the time.
Hag likes candy.
Yes. So, the plan would be that y'all go in, dressed as travelers. You try to have some conversation with her. At that point, that is when the children will start a ruckus that'll make the scarecrows start screaming, and the 10 soldiers that she has around Loomlurch would then go to investigate the issue. So that should take care of pretty much all of the guards, at least on the outside. If she has anything inside, that might not take care of it. But the outside, that'll take care of everything. Y'all talk to her and distract her. I should be able to get the kids out. At that point, and look, I will go ahead and make sure that I free the kids from the textile mill. I will need some help though, because there's only one of me and the other kids are too young. I'm not going to send them in to do that. I will need some of you to help me out, because there is a second set of children that are in the workshop that will need to be freed.
All right.
All right.
Well, you focus on the textile mill, and we'll do our part.
Awesome.
I'll get the portrait.
All right. So with that, Will has shared his plan with you, and we now have 2 weeks to mull over this plan and feel how we feel about it, and if we want to indeed move forward with this.
We have 2 weeks to
I mean,
forget about the
as
plan.
far as Bill knows, we're moving forward with it.
Yes.
We'll let him think we're moving forward with it all he wants.
Y'all worry me. All right. So that will be it for this evening. And thank you so much for joining us this evening, coasters.
Yes.
Keep those candles burning, and we hope you have a great night. And we'll meet us back here next week for Shadow of the Dragon Queen, the Dragonlance, hosted by our lovely Alex.
That's me.
And in 2 weeks, we'll be back here, and we will see how they can manage to figure out how to screw Will over. That seems like
Yeah.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Getting that
There you go.
portrait. It's gonna be a morning
All
party.
right. Good night, guys.